Today's topic is a very interesting one. It's on going from having a 9 to 5 job to having your one person coaching business full time or part time. Now, this topic is something that was requested inside my Empowered Coach community. If you don't know, I run a free community wherein there are aspiring and current coaches, and I write about how to build and scale a one-person coaching business from scratch. And I got some personal requests as well to do this live event on this particular topic. So here we are. I'm coming on here after a really long time, so let's make the best use of our time. Before we start, I'm just gonna quickly check if I am live. And if you're someone who's attending my live event for the very first time, how we go about this is that I'm going to be explaining to you the topic in depth today. And you can ask as many questions as you want. You can just type down in the comments where you are seeing the live event, or you can just also DM me. And if you're watching this as a YouTube video, you can just comment down in the video, or you can just DM me if you are connected with me on LinkedIn. Okay, I think I am live. Yes, I am. I'm not sure. Okay, yes, I think I'm live. All right, so let's start. Now, what is a one person coaching business? What does this entire term mean? So, as the name suggests, a one person coaching business is a life coaching business. I'm today specifically going to be talking about life coaching. You can also have a different coaching business. You can call yourself any kind of coach based on your niche. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to be using the term life coach to sort of cover, uh, you know, coaching in general. Okay, so a one person life coaching business is basically a life coaching business that is run by only one person, right? For example, I run a one person life and business coaching, and what tends to happen is that you are someone who does everything. You do the marketing, you do the coaching, you do the back end work, and you do the front end work. And the beautiful part about a one person coaching business is that it gives you immense amount of freedom, right? You don't have any recurring cost to pay. You don't have to answer to anyone. You get to decide your revenue. You get to decide how much you want to take on the work. You get to decide how much you want to charge. Basically, you get to do everything on your own. So this is like an introvert's dream, and I'm an introvert. So one of the reasons why I love this coaching business model so much is because I do not have any kind of pressure on me. I get to decide whatever it is that I'm launching, whatever it is that I'm not launching. When I want to take a step back, like there's zero responsibility on me. And again, one more really beautiful thing about this is that this business has 99% profits, right? For example, my recurrent cost every single month is the small commission that goes from here and there payment platforms, which is again that only happens when someone has made a payment to me, and my Zoom Pro, which is about 1500 INR, right? Apart from that, there is literally zero recurrent cost that I have, like literally zero, right? So that is what a one person coaching business actually entails. You are a one man army, right? You are doing everything on your own. And I have, so personally speaking, I also used to work in corporate. I also used to do a 9 to 5 before I actually started my one person coaching business. I've been doing my business for close to 3 years now, and I've scaled it to multi six figure a month in my business. And initially I started out as a mindset coach, and then I niched down more into trauma work. And then I also now coach other coaches as well as I mentor them. So currently, I not only have my life coaching business wherein I take on one-on-one clients. I also have a life coach training and monetization program. It's a training program wherein aspiring coaches work with me and they train under me to become full-time life coaches and launch their own businesses, right? And LCTM is a lifetime program, by the way. So we like meet every single week, and we're going to meet every single week for the rest of our lives. So that's about me. And in this live event, we're basically going to cover a step-by-step guide as to how do you go from having a 9 to 5 job to having your own one person coaching business. And in this video today, I'm going to talk about my own journey as well. I'm going to tell you a step-by-step process, as well as I'm going to tell you the mistakes that you need to avoid, which I have seen other coaches make as well as myself make. Now, the so we're going to divide this journey into three parts. Okay, the very first part is the foundation part, which is actually having your own foundation, having your business foundation and your coaching foundation. The second one is the scaling and growing stage, and the third stage is like scaling beyond a certain point, right? So we're going to talk about it in a step-by-step manner. So the very first stage is the foundation stage. So as the name suggests, right, like coaching business, you need to understand that it combines two things. One is the skill of coaching, and second is the skill of monetization, which is earning money from the skill of coaching. So this means that if you are someone who is an aspiring coach, you actually need to know the skill of coaching. You actually need to know how to coach, right? Coaching is a skill on its own. Coaching is not just talking to people and people will just pay you. Again, it's never going to happen. It's not advising. It is not feeling that, oh my god, I'm better than other people, so I'm going to advise them. Or I love helping people, so let me just help them randomly. No, people don't pay high ticket for that, right? Coaching is an extremely profitable industry, but the reason people actually pay you high ticket in coaching is because it is a skill. It is a very niche skill which gets developed when you actually train under it. So the very first step that you have to do, the very first step that you have to actually take in your journey of becoming a coach, specifically a six-figure coach, is that you need to enroll yourself into a coach training program. And the end result of this particular step, which is the foundation step, is you becoming a trained coach. Now, the reason why I'm using the word trained and not certified is because it doesn't matter. Okay, certification you can have from anywhere, it doesn't really matter because it doesn't guarantee anything. A certified coach can be an extremely incompetent coach as well. I believe me, I've met many. And certification doesn't give you anything. But the point is that you need to be trained as a coach. Okay, anyone who tells you that you can be a coach without actually knowing the skill of coaching is either trying to scam you or someone who wants quick money from you. So this is where you need to use your own logic, and you need to be you need to have your own ethics and logic that someone is trying to fool me and I'm buying into that. And this is something that usually happens to people who either don't want to invest in their training, or they want to take a cheaper route, or they just want to create this illusion of themselves on social media. By the way, I do know a lot of people who are not trained coaches. They just write coach in their LinkedIn bio just to I don't know what's the reason why they do that. But I hope that whoever is watching this video, if you're watching this video, you are not someone who wants to go down that route. So the very first step is enrolling yourself into a coach training program. Now the question actually becomes, how do you actually choose a coach training program? Because that is a very essential question. There are many coach training programs. There are many coach training programs wherein people are using a certain methodology, they're using a certain way of coaching. So I'm going to give you a few pointers that I used myself and I suggest my students also. Okay, now, the very first filter that I have whenever I'm choosing a program for myself, because even now I invest in myself, is I check whether the coach trainer is a practitioner themselves. Now, what do I mean by this? A lot of times, what tends to happen is that there are multiple coach training programs where there's a teacher who's teaching you coaching, but they themselves are not a practitioner, which means that this is someone who's teaching you about a skill that they themselves are not practicing. Now, I'm not saying that there is anything wrong with it. I personally wouldn't go for that because coaching is an extremely practical skill. Okay, we're talking about building a business here. We're not talking about getting marks on your exam. So this particular person may be able to teach you theory, but when it comes to running a business, you need to know the practicality of things. So in a coach training program, so that practicality is actually coming into the curriculum, you need to work with someone who is actually a practicing coach, like who's actually practiced the skill that they're teaching about, right? So that's my first filter. Again, you can choose to go with this or not, it's completely your choice, but this is something that I use for myself, that if there is someone I'm studying coaching from, are they themselves are a practicing coach or not, right? For example, I have a life coach training and monetization program, LCTM. And when I was designing curriculum for LCTM, and even now when I teach my students, the one thing that I do is I bring in a lot of real life examples from my own client case studies to my students. That way, not only do they learn the theory of coaching, but they actually know how real life case studies come about, because there is a very big difference between theory and practical things. Okay, in theory we can talk about, oh, you can ask this question, you can ask that question, you can do this, you can do that. We can create multiple fairy tales in our head, but reality is very different. Okay, when you're actually running a coaching business, the way people think, the way people buy, the way people present their problems, it's very different, right? So I like to take a practical approach to my education, specifically when we are talking about building a business here. So that's a very first filter. Now the second filter is choosing a coach training program that actually aligns with your lifestyle. Oh, I think there is something wrong with my screen. Okay, no, we're back. All right. So the second point is choosing a program that actually aligns with your lifestyle. Now, what tends to happen is when you are working a 9 to 5 job, you already are working from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday. So you don't have time there. Okay, it's just not possible to have like dedicate time in your office and at your home and with your kids and with your partner and also study for coaching at the same time. And what tends to happen, and this is something I've seen in most people who want to build a coaching business, is that they tend to quit in the middle. They will enroll into coach training programs and they will either quit after a few months, or they just don't know, the program gets finished and they're like, how did this happen, like when did the program get finished, what is happening, right? And the reason is because most coach training programs are usually 2 to 3 months long, or 3 to 4 months long, and that's it. After that, your access is revoked, or even if you do have the access to your classes, you don't actually get coached, you don't actually get support. So you have to understand that as a nine to five, like as someone who's actually pursuing a 9 to 5 as well, you are someone who has a limited time in your schedule. Okay, every single week you can't dedicate more than 4 to 5 times, right? And that's something I'm keeping in mind, that you are someone who has a family and you want a work life balance. So you need to understand that if you cannot dedicate more than 4 to 5 hours, you need to choose a longer program. For example, one of the reasons why people love LCTM so much and why they love working with me is because LCTM is a lifetime program, right? Not only do they have access to like their entire course for a life, they also get coached by me every single week for the rest of their life, right? And in that group coaching call that we have every single Friday, apart from the training classes we have, people, my students, bring in client case studies, they bring in business problems, they also bring in personal problems, right? And this is something they have for life, and that is why students inside LCTM are very relaxed, right? And this is why LCTM is something that I created, because I've been there. Okay, in the first year of my business, I felt very rushed. I felt like it, like until the time you are able to grasp the concept of what you're studying, the program gets finished, right? And that's too less of a time. So I made LCTM lifetime because I wanted my students to not feel rushed. I wanted my students to feel relaxed, and I wanted them to build a sustainable business. Because let's be honest, life happens. Okay, sometimes you just don't have the time to attend your classes every single week. Sometimes you just don't have the time to continuously like work on your business, right? Specifically for someone who's married with kids and you have a 9 to 5 and you have other responsibilities. So choose a program that aligns with your lifestyle. It's a very important thing which most people don't take note of, right? For example, I spoke to a couple of people who were interested in LCTM, and they told me that, Rianchi, we have done coach training certifications before, but we have no idea what we did. Like we have completely forgotten, because in the middle something or the other kept happening, and we just completely forgot what the hell we studied. And now we feel like we have to start from scratch. But that is not something that's happening to people inside LCTM, because again, it's a lifetime program. So you have your entire life to finish your course, right? So choose a program that aligns with your lifestyle and that does not make you feel rushed, that does not make you feel like, oh my God, I have such less time. Now, the third thing that I would recommend is go for a training program where you trust the program, the coach, and the methodology. Now, what do I mean by this? See, you will have a gravitation towards a certain type of coach and the methodology. Okay, that's just true. And I would say go for someone you actually trust. For example, I have known coach training programs. I'm speaking from very personal experience here, wherein I inquired, and what I saw was that these people, they themselves are not practitioners, and it was very theory, and it was, none of it felt very authentic and practical. All of it just felt like theory, 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 right? So those are the type of programs I never felt aligned with, because I wanted to learn coaching as a practical skill that I can apply with my clients, not just modules and principles that I learn, and when I'm sitting with my client I know nothing, which is what happens to a lot of coaches, right? So choose a program and a coach that you actually trust, and you trust their methodology, the way they coach, the way they conduct themselves. That is something that you feel gravitated towards, and your intuition is telling you that, okay, this is someone who's right for me, right? Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel safe in the energy of a coach, if you don't feel safe in their program, you are not going to make progress. So choose a coach, choose a methodology that you actually trust. Again, for example, even when I invest in myself, even today, I try to look at coaches who are genuine. For example, this is something I laugh about with my friends, and just a while back one of my coach friends texted me that he got another message from a fake business coach telling them, okay, I'll make you $10,000 in 2 months, 3 months, and all that stuff. So there are a lot of people who claim to be coaches. Okay, there are a lot of people who will tell you, I will teach you how to run a business, I will teach you this, I will teach you that. And my very first question to always to keep like my very first recommendation to keep you away from scam is always inquire. Okay, ask questions that, okay, whoever is teaching a particular thing, have they actually done it or not? That's the first filter I have, and that is why whenever I've invested in myself, it has always worked out. Because I tend to look at whether the coach I'm studying with or whether the program I'm taking, this particular person has experience in what they're talking about or not, or are they just claiming, right? Because See, it's very easy to write on your LinkedIn or Instagram, I'm a business coach, I teach you to do this. When you actually talk to these people, have you done a business? You will find out the answer is a resounding no, right? And I can also call myself anything. I can call myself a scientist, I can call myself an engineer, I can call myself anything on my LinkedIn. Doesn't actually mean that I am one. So again, so that you don't fall into scams like this, please inquire and be aware and try to use your logic. Okay, always try to use your logic, always try to use your basic critical thinking skills whenever you're enrolling into a program. Okay, so that's the beginning stage, which is enrolling into a coach training program. Now, what is the end result of this first stage? Becoming a trained and certified coach. Certification, I don't care about. You get it, you don't get it, doesn't really matter. But being a trained coach, okay, it's very important. If you're not trained in the skill itself, that's it, then it's finished. If you don't know how to coach, then why are we even talking about a coaching business, right? And please understand, coaching is a skill. If you don't know the skill, then you'll be just another person who claims to be a coach, but you're not actually making money from it, right? Okay, so let's talk about the second stage, which is building and growing. If you see me looking down, it's because I have a notebook with me, because I tend to forget what I'm talking about. I'm just going to quickly see if we have any questions so far. Okay, we don't have any questions so far, but in case there are any, I'll take them up as we go. Now, the second stage of actually building, the second stage of actually going from your 9 to 5 to your one-person coaching business is the building and growing part. So the first stage is done, which means you are actually a trained coach. This is non-negotiable. If you're not a trained coach, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, you will be then one of those fake people. Now, coming to the building and growing part. Now, once the coaching foundation is set, the second part is actually setting your business foundation. So, as I said, right, when it comes to your one-person coaching business, there are two essential skills you need. One is the coaching skill, and another one is the skill of making money, skill of running your business, right? Which is monetizing your coaching business. And what does monetization here mean? It means that you have to learn how to build an audience for yourself online. You have to learn how to create your offer. You have to learn how to charge a specific amount if you want to. You have to learn how to perfect your marketing and messaging in your business. You have to basically learn how to run a proper and smooth business. Now, I have spoken to many ICF certified coaches, and that certified, this certified. I've spoken to many certified coaches, right? And one thing that I've seen common is that people go into these certification programs. They come out and they're like, okay, now what? Because see, when you go to a coach training program, you have this illusion in your head that once I become certified, that's it, life will be changed, I will have clients, I will be making impact. But my question to that is always, how exactly is it going to happen? Have you ever thought that, okay, my coach training is done and I'm sitting at home, that's it, are clients going to appear from magic? Are they going to come down from thin air? They're not, right? Because you need to actually learn how to actually build a business, how to create an audience, how to actually create offers, how to price yourself, right? So these are monetization skills, which is something that most people don't pay attention to. And that is why, at least I think 70 to 80% of certified coaches that I've seen tend to quit in less than 2 years, because they feel lost. They try things here and there, they don't actually get into a proper program, they don't know how to strategize their business, and ultimately they quit. So most people who claim that they are coaches are simply people with certificates and no clients, right? And if you don't have clients, then you're not exactly a coach, right? So to not go to this stage, please understand that coaching is a skill that you get trained in, but then you also have to learn how to monetize that skill, right? For example, let's say I want to be a video editor. Okay, I'm going to learn video editing. Yes, that's a skill, but I'm going to also have to learn how to get clients for video editing. No, it's the same thing. You have to learn how to create clients for your coaching skills. So here again, all the marketing and the messaging comes into the picture. How to build an audience on social media, how to create content strategy, how to create client creation strategies, how to market yourself in a way that attracts high paying clients. So all the nitty gritties of basically building a business. So the end goal of this particular stage, which is the building and growing stage of your business, is knowing how to run your business. So what usually happens if you get this stage right is you are able to you start to make consistent 5 to 6 figure income in your coaching business. Okay, this is something that tends to happen. So here, a few mistakes that you need to avoid is, first, don't choose a training program where monetization is not included. If you are choosing a program like that, don't expect that you will get clients out of thin air. Just don't do that. Most coaches either choose a program that does not include monetization and they get disappointed, or they simply don't choose a program with monetization and then they come out of the coach training program and then they're like, oh my god, I don't know what to do with this, right? So simply choose a program which has monetization. This is one of the reasons inside LCTM, which is life coach training and monetization program, we have monetization modules. For example, like by now, so LCTM started like 3 months ago, 2.5 3 months ago, and by now we already have 6 monetization modules, and every single week I release 2 monetization modules for my students, right? They have the dedicated learning portal and they watch monetization modules on their own time. They come in the Friday group coaching calls and they discuss it live with me as well, right? So not only are they getting trained as coaches, but it also is building an audience side by side. For example, half of my students have started building their WhatsApp communities, they have started building their content strategy, and along with that, they're practicing their coaching skills as well. So not only are these people trained coaches, but they're also building their business on the side. So if you are someone who wants to learn coaching, but you also want to make money out of it, then please be mindful that monetization is a skill that you need to learn. So either choose a program like that, or if you don't choose a program like that, make sure that after your coach training is done, you enroll into a monetization program, or you work with a coach one on one to learn how to monetize, right? For example, students inside LCTM choose LCTM because they want lifelong support, and they wanted to be mentored by me, and they wanted a step by step procedure how to monetize, right, their business. So that is why people are inside LCTM. So you can choose whatever program you like, but be mindful of this particular fact, okay? Because if you simply have your training certificate, it doesn't really mean that you actually have clients, or clients will just magically come to you. You actually have to take efforts to create clients. And I'll tell you something very honestly. So in the first year of my business, I'm digressing a little bit, but in the first year of my business, what tend to happen was, I don't have a lot of corporate connections or something like that. Okay, and what I saw happening was a lot of coaches who were in their 40s and 50s and all of that, they mostly tapped into their corporate connections to get clients and all of that. And this is something that I did not know. So the one advantage that I had, I think, of my own, was that I was very clear in the beginning, from the beginning, that I will learn how to make money from my coaching skills. I will just not sit. But what tends to happen to a lot of coaches is that they don't realize that a lot of corporate coaches that they're seeing are tapping into the corporate connections, right? If you are someone who doesn't have corporate connections, or you want to build on an organic business, then you need to learn how to monetize. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to get clients, right? So if you have connections, great, you will learn how to tap into that. But if you don't, learn how to do organic marketing, right? Learn how to create business for yourself, learn how to create clients for yourself, right? Now, couple of mistakes not to make. The very first thing is, as I said, don't choose a program that doesn't have monetization, or in case if you are choosing a program like that, be prepared mentally that after my coaching program is done, I'm going to learn how to monetize. Don't come from a place of that, oh my god, I don't know what to do. Okay, be prepared for that. Second thing is, always learn monetization from a qualified coach who has actually done it for themselves. What do I mean by this? Now, see, coaching is booming. Okay, coaching is a booming industry. Now, this has resulted in me speaking to a lot of coaches. And again, coaches are of two types that I've spoken to. One are people who have never gotten trained as a coach. These people have done 2 week certification courses, 1 week courses, 7 day courses. One person told me that they got into a program. They paid, I don't know, some like very small amount, and this particular person who was teaching them told them that, just create a course and tell people that this course is what is going to help them, and call yourself a coach, right? Obviously, people like these quit very very quickly. They don't actually make any money, and it's a very depressing thing, right? So first of all, please don't go down that path. Okay, invest in a proper training program if you want an actual coaching business. Now, the second type of coaches I spoke to ended up working with out of the blue business coaches, like coaches who are just born out of thin air. They have never run a business, but they want to call themselves business coach because they love giving advices, right? And it's completely fine, but you have to understand that if you're learning, learn from someone who's actually done it for themselves, because they will not only come from first hand experience, they're credible people. So always try to qualify whoever business coach you're studying from, what business have you actually run, right? What are the results you've driven for yourself, and actually see their profile, actually see what kind of work they've done. Because it's very easy to call yourself a business coach. It's the easiest thing to do, right? You can call yourself anything online, but it doesn't really mean that you know the skill. right? And that goes for life coaches as well, right? There are also fake life coaches, I know. So the point I'm trying to make is that don't learn from people who have not done it for themselves, because you're going to lose money in that, you're going to lose time in that, and then you're going to give up on your dream, which is the worst thing ever, right? It's okay to make mistakes, but what tends to happen is that I've seen coaches investing in the wrong, like out of the blue thin air. I don't know what coaches are these. And then these people, invest their time and money, and then they lose faith in themselves. So please don't do that, okay? Even if you have made a mistake, even if you have invested in a wrong coach, it's okay, it's fine, right? You're learning to build a business, it's okay. Just remember to not do that mistake again, and you learn from credible people, okay? Just that. And as I said, the end result of this particular stage, which is the growing stage of your business, is to create 5 figures to 6 figures consistently in your coaching business, right? Now, the third stage is the scaling your coaching business stage, wherein you scale your coaching business to 6 figures or 7 figures a month, right? Consistently. Okay, before I go here, I think I have a question. Let me see. How can we find out if a program is right for us or not? I feel like every other program is right for me. That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. Good question. So I'll tell you personally how I filter. Okay, if I feel that there are certain programs I'm liking, and if I feel like liking all the programs, the issue is that I have not created a list for myself, right? So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to sit down and I want you to create bullet points for yourself. What are the things that you want in your program, right? First is that. Second is, whichever program is not meeting that goal, just remove it, right? For example, one thing that I never wanted in any of my programs is that I'm learning from someone who has never run a business, right? For example, I'm in business coaching programs myself. I didn't want to learn from someone who has never run a business, right? That's the kind of scammy thing I don't like. So I tend to get a lot of weird messages on LinkedIn. I will, create $10,000 for you in 2 weeks. I will give you 50 leads, 60 leads, shit like that. I always ignore or block such people. So that is because I have a very strong filter. So first, create a filter for yourself. Second is, talk to them, see their energy, look at their content, look at the way they speak, look at the way they have done business for themselves. You will get an idea of whether this person is genuine or not. And you have to trust your intuition here. And the third and the most important thing is just talk to them. When you talk to people like these, you will be able to see whether these coaches are right for you or not. Okay, you will have an idea of that. And fourth is, you can, if there is someone in their program, you can also talk to them. That will also give you a very good idea of whether the program is right for you or not. So this is personally what I would do, so you can do that too. Now, coming to the third part, which is scaling your business. Now, what is the end goal here? What is the end goal in the third stage of your coaching business? The end goal is first having a vision for your business. So after the first stage is done, which is learning how to coach. The second stage is done, which is your business foundation is set. You know the pricing, the offer. You are building your audience, and you're set there. You have a smooth process for your business. The third stage is actually having a vision. What is the vision you have for your business? Which is, what are the revenue goals you have for this quarter, for this year? How is it that you want to serve? Do you want to have one-on-one coaching? You want to increase your prices there? You want to have group coaching? What is it that you really want to do with your business, right? What is the vision you have? The second thing is being able to sell high ticket offers. So high ticket offers are usually, coaching offers that exceeds like $1,000, which is you're charging more than 80,000 rupees, Indian rupees, to a single client. So here is where selling high ticket offers comes into the picture, where you start to raise your prices, right? Be it of a group coaching program, or you launch a membership community, or you're just raising your price for one-on-one coaching program. So this particular stage requires you getting mentored. You need a mentor in your coaching program for long term, who can actually help you with your vision, and who can help you with, and a very important part, overcoming your limiting beliefs. Now this is a very, I think this is something that most coaches don't talk about, but I'll tell you, when you're scaling your business, right, every single suppressed fear that you have is going to come up. The money beliefs that you have, limiting money beliefs, the fear that you have about being seen, the fear of judgment, the fear of what if people don't buy, the fear of what if I'm not good enough, every fear will come up. Again, what tends to happen to most coaches is that they are in programs that end in 3 4 months, right? So there's no mentorship and they constantly have to invest again and again in programs. But because inside LCTM we have a lifetime program, the one thing that we tend to do is we have Friday group coaching calls every single week for the rest of your life. And in Friday group coaching calls, what tends to happen is that my students bring me client case studies. Client case studies is where we basically break down the complicated parts of my students client cases so that they know how to actually coach them better. Second thing is that they discuss their business strategy with me, they discuss their visions with me. And the third thing is the personal limiting beliefs that they have, we also work through them, right? So this is a very important part, because when you're scaling your business, it's not just about charging or strategy, it is about the energy you do it with, right? A coach can only scale to their limiting belief, right? If you have a very big limiting belief that okay, I can't charge a certain amount, I can't work a certain type of way, I'm not confident to do a group program, I'm not confident to do this or that, it means that your limiting beliefs are what is stopping you, it's not strategy. Okay, and this is something I tell to my students as well inside LCTM, that you have everything, right? My students as at LCTM have absolutely everything in terms of strategy and content. I always tell them that that is still 30 to 40%. 60% is how you think, right? So when it comes to scaling your business, you need to think like an entrepreneur, you actually need to think like a business owner. You can't think in terms of months and days, you need to think in years. So this requires proper mentoring, and this requires overcoming your limiting beliefs. And when you're inside LCTM, you get to do that every single Friday. So your nervous system is expanding, right? When you expand your business, you can only expand it if your nervous system is expanded. Let me give you an example. Okay, let's say that I was charging 10,000 to a client, and now I want to charge 40,000. It's not going to be easy to quote that money. Why? Because I'm used to the 10,000, right? So my nervous system is comfortable with 10,000 rupees only. For me to actually charge 40,000 rupees, I need to expand my nervous system. I need to actually feel comfortable with that number, right? The half the reason why coaches are not able to charge high is because they feel they don't deserve to charge that. They feel that, oh my god, who will pay us? They have a lot of limiting beliefs. They don't believe in the client's ability to pay them. They question their value, they question the value they're providing in the coaching sessions, they question their own self-worth. All of this leads to leads to you not being able to scale. That's why a lot of coaches get stuck at a certain number, 80,000, 90,000, 50,000. They're not able to scale, because to scale, strategy is not enough. You need to get properly mentored, and you need to have an expanded nervous system, right? And here is where discussing about your limiting beliefs, discussing your client case studies if you're feeling stuck, discussing your vision about your business comes into the picture, right? And another very important part that you actually need in this stage of your business, when you have been consistently creating, let's say, 5 to 6 figures for 5 6 months now, is support and community. See, a one-person coaching business can be a lonely journey. I will not lie. Personally, also, I've felt alone, and it happens to a lot of coaches as well. And when you're alone, the thing is that you start to feel that whatever problems are happening, it's only happening to you. So when you are constantly alone, it's easy to give up. It's easy to feel that you are the only one in this journey. It's easy to not take support and just feel like, okay, I'm just not meant for it, right? So it starts to take a toll on your mental health as well. To avoid that, it's very important for you to have community support. When you are in community of people who are in on the exact same journey as you, not only do they uplift you, they also give you motivation to keep going forward, and you don't feel alone. And this is why inside LCTM we also have a community where we constantly do challenges. For example, last week we ended our 30-day content creation challenge. We discuss our problems in together, and every group coaching call, all of my students, they feel like they belong together. Because when in group coaching call everyone is discussing their problems with me, all of us are seeing that okay, I'm not alone. Not only do you learn from your own problems, your own coaching, in the coaching calls that we have every Friday, you also get to see other coaches, so you learn from them as well. So it becomes a collective healing experience, right? So get inside a community if you can, and make sure that you are not feeling alone, because again, loneliness is also one of the reasons why coaches go into this shell and they don't actually come out. So that is it for today. What I want you to know is that I've explained to you the entire 3 stages, right? The foundation stage of enrolling into coach training program, completing your coach training program, then setting up your business, setting up your business and learning how to monetize. Third is scaling. Now the journey that people take inside LCTM is that they first start learning their coaching, they start doing the coach certification, right? They start going through the coaching classes, they start learning coaching models, and they basically learn the skill of coaching. Simultaneously, after they are done, they start with the monetization modules. So they complete that and they start building their business online. And every single Friday, all of them come and they get coached by me. So this is a holistic process that goes on. Now, right now, wherever you are, maybe you are someone who doesn't have a coaching certification at all, so you are on stage one. Maybe you are someone who did your coach training certification long time back, but you've forgotten how to coach. Maybe you are there. Maybe you are someone who is a coach but who is making very inconsistent income. No matter what stage you are, analyze it and take action according to that. Okay, if you are someone who isn't at any stage at all and you want holistic support, you're always welcome inside LCTM. Inside LCTM, we have ICF certified coaches, we have corporate professionals who are taking their coaching certification for the very first time. We also have people who are, building the coaching business for the very first time, right? So we have all sorts of people and you get support from all the way. So all the sites. So if you are someone who's interested there, you can, contact me, you can DM me LCTM and we can get on a conversation. And again, no matter what stage you are in, just recognize the stage, identify what is it that I need to do, and do accordingly, right? And ask more and more questions. Okay, whenever you feel confused, you can DM me also anytime if you feel confused that what is it that I'm supposed to do. Or if you have coach friends, if you have coach mentors, ask questions. You don't have to feel alone in your journey, and you don't have to feel like, this is something I can't do. Oftentimes when we have never done a business, or we are doing business for the very first time, or we're entering in a very new arena, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like, oh my god, I don't know what to do. That is why I often suggest that always enroll in a program which gives you like a step-by-step process, which is not vague, which is structured, and which gives you support like on a daily basis, so that you don't feel alone, or you don't get, all up in your head, right? So yeah, that is it from my side. I'm going to see if we have any questions so far, and then I'm going to bid goodbye. Okay, I don't think I have any questions so far. We only had one today. If there are any questions that you guys have, you can always DM me. And if you would like to work with me, you can again DM me. And I also have a free community called the Empowered Coach Community, where I write every single day on how to build and scale your one person coaching business. So you can also join us there. All right. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And I will try to do my live events more consistently this time. So you can just keep a check on my profile, and you can join me in another live some another time.